How do you know when enough is enough? At what point in your gambling as an addict do you realize, hey, this actually might be a problem and maybe I should stop? Hey everyone, my name is Rob and I'm a recovering compulsive gambler. I made my last bet on November the 12th of 2022, and since then it's become my personal mission to talk about what's working for me in my recovery journey in hopes that you'll be able to recover from a gambling addiction faster than I did. If you've ever found yourself experiencing negative emotions when you gamble, smash that subscribe button, because all the content that I put out here will shed light on the reality of gambling and help you to make more informed decisions about what you do in your life to live a happier and healthier life. Today's topic is a very important one that I believe can make a real difference in people's lives. We're going to be talking about recognizing the signs that you might be struggling with a gambling addiction and why it's crucial to consider quitting once you realize it. If you or someone you know enjoys casino games, online betting, or even lottery tickets, this is going to be the video for you. Let's dive right in. Gambling addiction, also known as pathological gambling, is a serious issue that affects people from all walks of life. It's not just about losing money either. It can lead to severe emotional, relationship, and even physical consequences. Understanding the nature of addiction is the very first step in recognizing the signs. So, how do you know if you're addicted to gambling? Well, here are 5 common signs to watch out for. And these aren't the only signs, but these are pretty common. Increasing time and money spent. If you find yourself spending more and more time and more money on gambling activities, it could be a big red flag. Perhaps you started with a certain budget, but then you've been consistently exceeding it. When I was gambling, no matter what amount I said I'd stick to, I'd always end up overspending. The next is chasing losses. Have you ever felt the urge to continue gambling just to recover the money you've lost? This is very common, and it's a sign that gambling might be taking control over your decision-making capacity. We don't tend to think logically when we're down money gambling, or even if we're up money gambling, I suppose. The next is neglecting responsibilities. Are you neglecting your work, family, or other responsibilities because of your gambling? When your gambling activities start interfering with your daily life, it's a clear indication that things are getting out of hand. I basically went to college on mental autopilot, barely scraping by, because all I cared about was placing that next bet. The next is lying in secrecy. If you find yourself lying to loved ones about your gambling habits, or maybe hiding receipts or evidence of your activities, it's a sign that you're aware of the negative impact that it could make, but just don't want to stop. I can't tell you the number of times I would gamble or check scores in the bathroom at events so nobody would notice. The next is failed attempts to quit. Have you ever tried to quit gambling in the past only to find yourself going back to it yet again? This cycle of quitting and then relapsing can be a very strong sign of addiction. I personally told myself I'd quit over 100 times before I actually made the decision to stick to it. Gambling addiction isn't just about losing money. It can have far-reaching consequences. These consequences can include strained relationships, mounting debts, anxiety, depression, and even legal troubles. Recognizing the potential harm can be a powerful motivator to seek help so that you could avoid having to go through all of this. I went through the emotional roller coaster that was gambling addiction for 6 years, almost on a daily basis. I don't want that for you. So why is quitting gambling so crucial if you're addicted? Let's talk about a few of the reasons. Regaining control. It helps you to break free from the cycle of impulsive behavior and restore a sense of balance. When we're gambling, we're only thinking about our next bet. The next is protecting finances. Gambling addiction can drain your finances, obviously, leaving you in a very, very difficult position. Quitting can help you to start to rebuild your financial stability, because it turns out that when you aren't bleeding money out of your pocket and losing your paycheck every time you get paid, you actually begin to get some financial stability over time. Next is improving relationships. Repairing relationships that might have been strained due to gambling is absolutely essential. Quitting shows that you're committed to making positive changes, and you can encourage trust to be rebuilt in that relationship. Next is the mental and emotional well-being. Gambling addiction often leads to stress, anxiety, and depression. Quitting gives you the chance to focus on your mental and emotional health. I've never experienced the level of peace that I have right now. I used to constantly be anxious and nervous about what would come next in my life. What would the next bet be? Where would I get money for the next bet? But now I get the chance to enjoy the present moment. A priceless gift in my opinion. If you've recognized the signs of gambling addiction and you're ready to make a change, seeking help is the very next step. There's various resources out there that are available. One example is a support group. Joining support groups, whether online or in person, can connect you with others who understand what you're going through. When you get that, you gain the accountability of people who have been through this process before. Next is therapy. Professional therapy, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, can help you to address underlying issues that contribute to your addiction. I went to an addictions therapist for a while. I thought it was very helpful. Hotlines and helplines are next, because many organizations offer helplines and hotlines that are free and provide immediate support and guidance for people who are dealing with gambling addiction. But remember that taking action is the most important step in overcoming gambling addiction. Nothing happens if you don't take action. In my next video, I'm going to be providing a comprehensive plan for you to follow to begin to recover from your gambling addiction. Here's a sneak peek at some of the concepts we're going to touch on. Admit the problem. Acknowledge that you have a gambling addiction and accept the need for change. Set boundaries. Establish clear limits on gambling activities and stick to them. If you can't, then don't gamble at all. Seek professional help. Again, reach out to therapists, counselors, or support groups to get the assistance that you need. Inform your loved ones. Open up to your friends and family about your struggle. Their support can be invaluable in your recovery. And to self-exclude from casinos and sportsbooks that you play at. Putting boundaries in the way will make a huge impact on the accessibility that you have to gambling and help to keep you away. These are just a few of the things that I'm going to be diving into tomorrow, and I'm excited for this. But again, that's for another day, even though that day is coming up very soon. It won't be long, I promise. Remember, recognizing the signs of gambling addiction and taking steps to quit are signs of strength and not weakness. By facing this challenge head on, you're investing into a healthier and happier future. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share this with anyone that you think might benefit from what we talked about today. Whether they're addicted or not, maybe they can learn something to inform some better decision making in the future. You're not alone on this journey, and things do get better, but all of that happens one day at a time.